Good morning, Cullman. Thank you for joining us on Cullman Today. I'm your host, Christine Wiggins, and today is Monday, October 13th. Coming up on Cullman Today, Cullman City Schools delays mid-year 6th grade move. Dodge City Council talks S&S break-in, finances, and events. And a Cullman County man was killed in an early morning crash. All of this plus sports, weather, and more. Now, let's take a closer look at the top stories happening in Cullman today. On Friday, October 10th, Cullman City Schools announced 6th graders and programs will remain at East and West Elementary through spring 2026 rather than shifting at Christmas to the new Cullman Middle School. The district cited construction timing. The second and final phase by First Team Construction isn't ready for a seamless handoff. Once Phase 2 is complete, CMS staff will make internal moves to occupy the entire building. Leaders say stability and instruction come first as students prepare for statewide tests in April of 2026. After the holiday break, they want to avoid disruption and keep classrooms focused. The district thanked families for their patience and said the move will happen only when construction is fully finished. Current 6th graders will transition to CMS in August of 2026 and experience both phases of the new campus. Current 5th graders will be the first 6th grade class to attend Cullman Middle School in nearly 20 years. At its October 9th meeting, the Dodge City Council heard a law enforcement update on a break-in at S&S Foods. 3 masked men in a black Ford Fusion smashed a window with a spark tool, tried to reach the office safe and cash registers, and left empty-handed. Damage was minor. Council business centered on finances and equipment. Members reviewed the 25-26 operating budget and August figures. The town's general account moved from roughly $443,000 to $373,000 in September after routine expenses, including a new mower. The council finalized the purchase of a tractor for $88,850 and discussed a 24 by 36 storage building estimated up to $50,000 with foundation work, tabling the project while additional bids and soil information are gathered. Members also approved selling a surplus bush hog and sprayer to local bidders. Community dates coming up. Trunk or Treat is October 31st from 6 to 8 p.m. at Town Hall. A Veterans Day flag dedication honoring former Mayor Anthony Todd is November 11th at 10 a.m. And the next Dodge City Council meeting is November 3rd at 6 p.m. A Cullman County man was killed in an early morning vehicle crash on Sunday. Alabama State troopers identified the victim as 27-year-old Michael P. McClellan of Vinemont. Troopers said the single vehicle crash occurred at approximately 12:09 a.m. Sunday, October 12th. They said McClellan was fatally injured when the 1999 Ford F-250 pickup he was driving left the roadway, struck a tree, and then an embankment. McClellan, who troopers said was not using a seatbelt at the time of the crash, was ejected and pronounced deceased at the scene. A passenger in the Ford, 32-year-old Sierra B. Vickers of Gardendale, was injured and transported to UAB Hospital in Birmingham for treatment. The crash occurred on U.S. Highway 31 near the 331-mile marker, approximately 6 miles north of Cullman in Cullman County. Nothing further is available as troopers with Aaliyah Highway Patrol Division continue to investigate. And that's all for our top stories this morning. Coming up, region crowns, rivalry routes, and a fourth quarter stunner. Your Cullman County football highlights are next. Welcome back. Let's take a look at last week's packed slate of local high school football action. Cullman traveled to Milton Frank Stadium for a region matchup with Columbia and had little trouble. The Bearcats led big at halftime and preserved the shutout in the second half to win away. Fairview hit the road to Priceville for a ranked region battle and returned with the Region 7 crown. The Aggies built a first half cushion and kept the Bulldogs in check after the break to seal it. West Point hosted East Limestone and played 3 scoreless quarters before punching in 2 fourth-quarter touchdowns to pull ahead and finish it off. Good Hope went to Hamilton for a showdown between ranked teams and came up just short. The Raiders moved the ball but couldn't cash in enough red zone chances in a 1-score loss. Vinemont visited third-ranked Gordo in a battle of unbeatens and made it a special night, scoring midway through the fourth to take the lead for good. Hanceville started strong at midfield but couldn't match the Patriots after halftime. Cold Springs hosted second-ranked Coosa Christian and fell after an early surge by the Conquerors. Holly Pond celebrated homecoming with a dominant performance over Asbury, cruising after a big first half. And Addison controlled the lines against rival Meek and rolled to a decisive win. That's a wrap on a packed week under the lights. Congrats to Fairview on the region title and hats off to every team that battled. And that wraps up sports for today. Coming up next, a chamber luncheon spotlights public safety gains and challenges, plus Tinsel Timber holiday auction returns to benefit First Source for Women. Welcome back. Now it's time to speed things up with a news rundown. 4 stories in under 4 minutes. Local nonprofit Cullman County Bosom Buddies Foundation packed Stonebridge Farms last week for its Little Pink Dress benefit, raising just over $88,000 to support Cullman area residents undergoing cancer treatment. Organizers reported the event's largest turnout to date, around 700 people, including guests, volunteer celebrity waiters, and performers, with the venue helping streamline check-in and pacing a smooth program. Proceeds fund need-based assistance such as utility payments, transportation to treatment, and food cards. The foundation pays bills directly for approved patients regardless of cancer type or treatment location. The fundraiser also featured a friendly waiter tip competition and live entertainment. Up next for Bosom Buddies, the Beautifully Brave pageant on Saturday, January 10th at Wallace State. Details and registration are available at CullmanBosomBuddies.com, with all cancer survivors able to enter the survivor category at no cost. Cullman VFW Post and Auxiliary will host their 3rd annual pumpkin carving party on Thursday, October 23rd at 6 p.m. at 112 Veterans Drive Southwest. The family-friendly event is free and open to the community. Pumpkins, stencils, and carving tools will be provided, and snacks will be available. Costumes are welcome, and the evening is designed as a relaxed, just for fun activity rather than a competition. The celebration continues the following week with a trunk or treat on Wednesday, October 30th from 6 to 7:30 p.m., presented with the 360 Jeep Club. Families are encouraged to bring the kids, dress up, and enjoy a safe, festive evening. For directions and updates, check the local VFW's Facebook page. Friday at Allstate, the Cullman Area Chamber hosted a public safety luncheon with District Attorney Champ Crocker, Sheriff Matt Gentry, and Police Chief Joey Duncan. Crocker reported progress reducing the case backlog. Anaya's Law is helping courts hold violent offenders without bond, and his office resolved more than 10,000 cases in 2024. Gentry said recruiting and retention are the sheriff's office's top hurdles, with about 170 employees answering 80,000 calls a year. Duncan said CPD faces similar pressures. A new traffic unit is cutting crashes and congestion. Speakers cited a rise in tech-enabled crime, fraud, online scams, and organized retail theft, and the growing intersection of mental health and public safety. CPD is expanding crisis intervention training. The DA backs mental health court. Deputies handle frequent probate transports amid limited treatment options. Better tools, including flock cameras and shared systems, are improving coordination. With unlimited resources, leaders would invest in people, training, and mental health services. First Source for Women's annual Tinsel Timber live and silent auction is set for Thursday, November 20th from 6 to 8 p.m. at the venue at Cotton Creek, presented by My Cullman Doctor. Guests are encouraged to dress in cocktail attire and enjoy heavy hors d'oeuvres from Black Rock Bistro, homemade desserts, a charcuterie board, and a hot chocolate bar. Expect beautifully decorated Christmas trees, holiday decor, and unique items on the auction block. All proceeds support First Source for Women, a local faith-based pregnancy resource center providing free services, pregnancy testing, ultrasounds, mentoring, material assistance, and parenting classes for women and families in our community. This year's live and silent lots range from fully decorated trees and local art to hunting and fishing gear, gift baskets, stocking stuffers, and even a whole cow with custom processing. Tickets are $50 for open seating. Reserved tables for 8 are $500. Organizers expect to sell out. Purchase at firstsourcefriends.org/events. And that's your 4 stories in under 4 minutes. Now for a quick break before we look at the weather and pay our respects with Obituaries. I'll be right back after this quick message. Let's take a moment to pause and remember those who have lost their lives this week. William Edward Wall Jr., 84, of Hartwell, passed away Thursday, October 9th. Funeral Mass will be held today at 10 a.m. at Sacred Heart Catholic Church, with burial to follow at Sacred Heart Catholic Church Cemetery. Visitation was held Friday, October 10th. Our thoughts and prayers go out to his friends and family. Now let's take a look at the weather forecast. Today will be sunny from start to finish with easy seasonable warmth, high near the upper 70s. A light north breeze settles in this afternoon. Tonight, clear and cool, we dip to the low 50s. Tuesday, another blue sky day and a touch warmer, close to 80. Light north-northeast breeze. Tuesday night, clear and comfortably cool again near the low 50s. A quiet, calm start to the week. And that wraps up today's edition of Cullman Today. Thank you for sharing your morning with us. And remember to stay connected by following us on social media and visiting CullmanTribune.com for the latest from our community. We'll be back tomorrow morning at 6:30 a.m. Until then, I'm Christine Wiggins with Cullman Today. Have a wonderful day, Cullman.